started anytime we've learned this.
Absolutely.
So we're going to go ahead and announce this thing.
Oh, yeah.
Just like announcers. Just a little banter, you know? Anybody watch sports? I like sports.
Joey loves sports.
This is what sports people do. So I'm going to do what sports people do. Speaking of sports, we're in a sports coat.
We are in a sports coat. Yeah.
Both of us.
It feels nice. Feels nice to be totally dressed up.
Oh, great. Yeah. The live has started for real, officially.
All right, here we go.
Go ahead and make your announcement, Bri. Here you go.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Teen Acting Showcase for April 2020. Yay! Guys, we are so excited and proud of all these students. If you're at home watching, grab a notebook. There'll be moments to take notes at the end of class. We're going to go through this stuff together. But this first part is just about giving all the performers a chance to go through and get all the way through their piece and do it in a performance-style format. So we are very excited for everybody. Let's give a lot of love and a lot of energy from home. Our first performer that's going to come to the virtual stage is going to be Miss ADDIE. Let's get a big round of applause from home for Miss ADDIE.
Oh, I just start?
Yes.
Oh.
You got it. Take yourself, get in character, and begin when you're ready.
All right. My name is Kayla McCormick. Ever since I was old enough to walk, I've loved hockey. Wasn't the greatest skater, though. But that didn't stop my dad from teaching me the secret of slapping the greatest slap shot. My dad worshipped hockey. My mom didn't. That's why she moved to Egypt, where there's no hockey rink within 1,500 miles. My dad always took me to hockey games to watch our favorite player, Terry O'Reilly. He wasn't the best player, but he feared nobody, just like me. Well, my childhood was going great, but life has a bunch of surprises. After the funeral, my dad, I was sent to live with my grandma in Waterbury. I didn't really know her well, but she dressed up like Gene Simmons from Kiss to cheer me up. She's the sweetest lady in the world. You see, after my dad died, I got a short temper. There was this kid that took my party blower at a birthday party, and instead of asking for it back nicely, I felt I had to go belt him in the head with a hammer a couple of times. Yeah, I was pretty violent, but I was always quick to say I was sorry. In middle school hockey, I hold 2 state records. I was the first kid to ever take off a skate and try to kill someone, and I spent the most time in the penalty box. I think I was put on this earth for one purpose and one purpose only, to play hockey.
Scene. Very good, ADDIE. All right, so for ADDIE's performance here, I'm just going to talk about ADDIE first off as a person, as we're bringing in the next person. She's grown so much. It's been incredible watching her grow. Because when we started out, there was so much energy and creativity, and she's learned to start harnessing that and bringing it into her piece. And later, when we come back, we're going to talk all together about just the work ethic that was put in this last week, because her performance was night and day. And ADDIE is one of those people who, when she puts her mind to something, just something great arises. Like there was a week where she was literally bored at home and made a little a little commercial to send to us for fun.
2 of them, actually.
Two, yeah. And it was just so cool. And so I just wanted to talk about her creativity and how proud we are to have you as a student, ADDIE. So thank you. Okay. Our next performer here is going to be Mr. Elijah. Hold on, Elijah. Can't hear you. Let's check your sound real quick.
I got him.
All right, we're good.
I can do it from my end.
All right, connect back in. Take your time to get in it like you just did. It was awesome.
Bizarre thing is that I did it from on land.
It's all right. It's all right. Take a breath. Start again. Imagine. Put yourself in his situation. There are probably distractions right now. Don't let them get to you. This is your time. Get fully into character. If it takes you 3 minutes, do what you got to do to get in it.
Okay. Bizarre thing is that I did it from on land. I tortured this poor kid because I wanted him to think I was cool. He's always going off about, you know, when he was in school, all the wild things he used to do. And I got the feeling that he was disappointed that I never coalesced on anyone, right? So I'm sitting in the locker room and I'm taping on my knee, and Larry's sitting a couple blocks down from me. He's kind of skinny, weak. And I started thinking about my father and his attitude on weakness. And the next thing I knew, I jumped on top of him and started wailing on him. And my friends had just laughed and cheered me on. And afterwards, when I was sitting in Vernon's office, all I could think about was Larry's father and Larry having to go home and explain what happened to him. The humiliation he must have felt. It must have been real. I mean, how do you apologize for something like that?
Scene. Very good work. Very good work, Eli. Looking forward to talking to you at the end. So the thing I want to talk about with Eli is the two of us had just been recently talking together on Teen Quarantine, and we talked a lot about just work ethic and finding your why. And it was really cool to see today, before we even started, you in just all black and the energy that you brought before you even spoke. So you really took what we talked about finding a why and spending more time really diving into it, and you took it seriously. And man, we're kind of fresh getting to know each other, and your dedication is great. It's so cool. I've known you only a few months, and I'm just so excited to have you in the classroom, not only for your work ethic that we're continuing to learn to discover and grow in, but you have such a great smile and energy. Like, you bring this energy into a space, and in this virtual space, you can still feel it. You have such an amazing energy, and we're just really, really blessed to have you at the studio, and thank you for the work that you put in. Okay. Our next performer here is going to be Lily. Lily. Let's get a round of applause.
Feelings. Jesus. The truth is,
Hold on one second.
For so
You're
long.
frozen. You're frozen. So give it a second. Let's see. Are you
forgotten
seeing
what this-
yourself?
What?
Are you seeing yourself?
No, it's completely frozen on my end. I don't know what's happening.
Okay. Let's see if we can work on that. So let's go here, and we're gonna stop your video, and it's
Cool.
and then you'll be able to start it again, and let's see if that fixes it.
Okay.
So stopped it. Did that do anything?
It's my controls aren't working on this end. It won't let me stop it. It just wants to be frozen.
So
to
here's
be
what we'll do.
honest with
We're
you.
gonna send you out and bring you back in.
Okay.
Okay.
You got this.
It's gonna be great.
Man, the anticipation was totally
Oh,
there.
and this
too.
one's gonna hit you right in the heart. I'm telling you right now. It hit me in the heart, and it's gonna hit you guys in the heart. It's like,
And it's kind of hard to hit Brian's heart.
yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
like a
possible?
cold, hard stone. You know.
Okay, I mean, I wouldn't go that far.
That's what I'm known for. I'm known for zero feelings whatsoever. Like, people talk about how cold I am, you know?
All right, we're just going to call in the next performer. Let's go ahead and bring in Serenity Foreman.
You know, we can go through that and bring that. So we're gonna bring Lily after that then.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we'll try her again. Just
Great.
give her a second to re-enter herself. You know.
Cool. Would you text Shay that then as well?
Yeah, we'll
Great.
do.
All right. Here we go. Our next performer is Serenity.
I hate my purse. I absolutely hate it. If you're one of those women who thinks there's something great about purses, don't even bother listening because there's nothing here for you. This is for women who hate their purses, who are bad at purses, who understand that their purses are reflections of negligent housekeeping, hopeless disorganization, a chronic inability to throw anything away, and an ongoing failure to handle the obligations of a difficult and demanding accessory. This is for women whose purses are a morass of loose Tic Tacs, solitary Advils, lipsticks without tops, boarding passes from long-forgotten airplane trips, hotel keys from God knows what hotel, leaky ballpoint pens, and Kleenexes that either have or have not been used. And there's really no way to tell one way or another. This is for women who find it appalling that a purse might cost $500 or $600. Never mind that top-of-the-line thing called a Birkin bag. They cost $10,000. But that's irrelevant because you can't even get on the waiting list for one. On a waiting list for a purse. For a $10,000 purse that will end up full of old Tic Tacs. This is for those of you who understand, in short, that your purse is, in some absolutely horrible way, you. I realized many years ago that I was no good at purses, and for quite a while I managed to do without one. When I went out, I managed with only and a $20 bill. But unfortunately, there were times where I needed to leave the house with more than just the basics. I solved this problem by purchasing an overcoat with large pockets. This, I realized, turned into my purse, but it was still better than carrying a purse. But in the end, anything is better than carrying a purse.
And scene. Very good work, Serenity. Very good work. So, gosh, I cannot say enough about this girl. So, Serenity's got talk about smiles and contagious energy. It's absolutely contagious. I mean, right now, she's just found so much joy in her days and in little things like acting and playing the guitar. We got to talk a little bit on Teen Quarantine about some of that. But you can just feel it. You can feel the energy that Serenity has when she walks into a room or even on a webcam. Like, it's very clear. And so we're just very lucky to have someone with your type of energy. And I can't wait to go through some stuff at the end to just help you keep growing. But you took the critiques from last week and you applied. And that's all we ask for. You know, you take it, you apply it, and then you keep growing every single week. And that's something you do so well. Like, every week your performance is so much better than the week before because you do the work in growth. So thank you for being a part of our studio. We love you and we're so proud of you.
Next up, we've got Emma SCHWARZ.
And don't tell me that you're sorry.
Let's do a restart. Sorry, we had a tech thing. Connect back in. We'll give you the applause and everything.
Okay.
Right. Take your time.
Don't you dare walk away from me. And don't tell me that you're sorry. And don't tell me to forget it. And don't you dare tell me to let it go. God knows I'd like to. I wish I could, but I can't. I can't forget we had something. And you're running away. You're running away. Don't you see, Mark? You're running from what I've searched for all my life. Why? Because you're scared? I'm scared too. But you and I, we have something worth fighting for. I'm not saying it'll be easy. But I care about you, and I know, deep down, under this bravado, you care about me too.
Scene. Dang, girl. Dang. I'm so psyched to talk about that. But I'll talk about you. You are just incredible. It's been so fun just being on a journey with you. We have you on Chaos Comedy Teens also. And just getting to talk through life and watch you continue to grow, both just as a person and as an actor, has been an incredible privilege. Mainly, I'm watching you become more and more of a leader each day. So you have this leadership skill that people will follow you. It's just going to happen. There are certain people, and anyone can have leadership, anyone can choose to it, but there are people that just have a certain energy about them where people will want to follow them, and you are one of those people, Emma. And so it's been incredible watching you slowly step into that role bit by bit, and we are just really lucky to have you, and I just encourage you to keep challenging yourself in those ways, because we are so very thankful to have a leader like you. And I'm just so proud of the performance you put up today, because it was so much better, and I can't wait to talk about it. So thank you. Hello there, Lily. Want to say hi real quick so I know it's working?
Hi.
Okay. All right. Get in the zone. Here we go. I'll introduce you, or Joey will.
Next up, we've got Lily Shapcott.
Feelings. Jesus. The truth is, for so long, I'd forgotten what those even were. I've been stuck in one place. In a cave, you might say. A deep, dark cave. And then I left some Eggos out in the woods, and you came into my life, and for the first time in a long time, I started to feel things again. I started to feel happy. But lately, I guess I've been feeling distant from you. Like you're pulling away from me or something. I miss playing board games every night. Making triple-decker Eggo extravaganzas at sunrise. Watching Westerns together before we doze off. But I know you're getting older, growing, changing. And I guess, if I'm being really honest, that's what scares me. I don't want things to change. So I think maybe that's why I came here, to try to maybe stop that change, to turn back the clock, to make things go back to how they were. But I know that's naive. It's just not how life works. It's moving, always moving, whether you like it or not. And yeah, sometimes it's painful. Sometimes it's sad. And sometimes it's surprising, happy. So you know what? Keep on growing up, kid. Don't let me stop you. Make mistakes. Learn from them. When life hurts you, because it will, remember the hurt. The hurt is good. It means you're out of that cave. But please, if you don't mind, keep the door open 3 inches.
Scene. Very good. Very good.
Mine hurts.
What's that? I'm going to talk about you here. So, I talk about it a lot with you, but you've just grown so much, like so much. And you're really starting to find yourself. It's so exciting to get to watch somebody. It's the greatest privilege we have as coaches, is to watch you find you, discover who you are, and start acting on that thing and realizing how wonderful you are. Every single person is wonderful. And right off the bat you were. And you didn't believe it, but we believed it. And now you're starting to believe it, and it's showing in the pieces that you do. This was so powerful, so emotional. And you took all the things that we talked about and started to apply them. And so I'm just very proud of you for continuing to find who you are and growing into that. And we are so blessed to have you at the studio. So thank you so much for performing tonight, and thank you for being here. We love you.
Our last performer of this set is Sam Waslinko.
Mr. Sam is going to be up next.
Okay, I'm just gonna on this call here. What my associate here is trying to say is that, our brake pads they're really cool. I mean, you're not gonna believe it. Like, okay. Let's say you're driving along the road, right? You're in your car, you got your family in the back. You're driving along. It's just, okay. You're driving along, right? You're driving along. All of a sudden, there's a truck tire in the middle of the road. Okay, you hit the brake. Well, right? That was close. But now let's see what happens when you're driving the other guy's brake pads. Okay? So you're driving along. The kid's in the back screaming. He's Daddy, I gotta go to the bathroom. Not now, Jimmy. Truck tire. And there's a cliff. I can't stop. Oh! Your family's in the back. They're just I'm burning alive. You're screaming. You can't feel your legs. All of a sudden, here comes the meat wagon. Medic gets out, and he's all just, oh my God. New guy's in the corner puking his guts out. It's just, bleh, 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 bleh. Oh, Jen, all because of you. Because you wanted to save a few extra pennies on brake pads.
Scene. Woo. Sam, good work, man. I'm super excited to talk about with you this whole thing. You're just incredible, dude. Like right now, Sam's going back and forth between LA and continuing to build on his craft. And we recently talked on the show also just about how we can continue to stay motivated and grow in our acting. But Sam, what's so cool was in this piece getting you to do something that's so not you. And watching you evolve into that, watching you totally change your physicality and try things and explore things, and I was loving it. I mean, I'm making faces over here like all over the place along with you because I'm so in it with you, and so I'm just so encouraged by you. I'm encouraged by your drive, but more than anything, I think we can all learn from Sam and be encouraged by with Sam is Sam knows his dream. He knows absolutely what his dream is, and he's getting after it every day to make it happen. And so I'm just really proud of you, Sam, and very thankful to have you in the class. Okay, so we got everybody back now here. I'm going to just talk through a couple critiques. We're going to go through each person. I'm going to throw some things at you, and I want you to grab a notebook and be taking notes right now. I want everybody to be taking notes on themselves, on others, just like class, and we'll just talk through some moments here together. Adjust this a little. It was hurting my neck.
Ah. Well, we wouldn't want that now, would
No, we wouldn't want my neck to hurt, because then I can't like critique well, because then I'm like, my neck. Okay.
Just like the guy in the meat wagon?
Just like the wee-oo, 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 like that guy. Yeah. Okay, so let's start off. We'll just go right from the top. We'll start with Addie. Is Addie there? Addie, come on over to the front so you can, or just listen in if we're taking notes.
Addie.
She's there.
I know.
She's just hidden.
I was just telling her to turn around.
All right, Addie. So a couple things for you. Okay. First off, I'm a little curious. So can we unmute? Okay, or is she unmuted?
She's unmuted.
Great. So Addie, way to go on the work. Like, way to go on the work. It was night and day. You took what we asked. You worked harder on the memorization. You looked at the pauses and you put them in there. You started focusing on visualization, especially the first half. I mean, it was night and day better. So I have some critiques, but I want to hear really quick, what did you do? Did you just, like, get after it since we talked the other day? Like, spend a ton of time on it? I want to hear about your process really quick.
Yeah, it's just like I did work on it for like Thursday. I was like, I have not done anything. I should work on that. So I worked on it a lot this weekend and on Friday. And yeah.
That's awesome. Well, it was so clear, Addie. It was so clear. So when you're watching this back, we want to go into that first half and notice how well you looked at those different pauses and the connection of remembering everything. And so I just want to add that even more to the second half. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of the emotions coming through. And there's moments where, like, when you stab the skate, like, that's intense, right? So just continuing to vary emotions and try different ones so that you're keeping us on our toes, keeping us interested in all the things that are going on inside of the scene all the way through, because it's a longer piece. But again, like, that's the main thing, is just finding those new emotional beats now that you've earned that. Each one will be a different one, and we'll explore some of those in the second half specifically. But as you go forward, and this is because you were the first one, this is for everybody, okay? Most people finish their monologue, they drop the monologue, and then in 3 months, if I ask them, hey, could you perform a monologue for me? They're like, please don't do that. You or anyone else, you should keep working on this, Addie. You said, oh man, like, I realize that's something I do. I don't focus enough on that. I need to now focus on that thing. So I need to focus on working harder. Great, Addie. I'm so proud of you for that. So now take this monologue and keep working on it. Get it even better. And keep it for a long time. Like, you could take it on any audition you have. If someone asks for a monologue, you are ready to perform on the spot. So that's what I have for you. I'm very, very proud of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the work you put in. It was so very clear, not only on an acting side, but I'm incredibly proud of you for making the decision to take your work ethic next level. So thank you. Okay. So let's go for the next person. Let's go. Oh, Eli. Eli. Yo, Eli.
Yo.
Okay. So first things first, man. Let's talk on, there was a moment we had, like, a technical thing right at the beginning. Okay? Right? With voice. You didn't let that get to you when we came in. There was, like, a piece of it, and then after we took a moment to breathe, you were in a totally different state. You got in it. So my huge lesson for you here is always take that time, because things are going to happen. We show up sometimes and the soundboard isn't working for no particular reason, and we got to figure out how to make it work and not panic, but stay relaxed. If we panic, we'll probably break something else while we're trying to fix the thing we're trying to fix. And so
almost always it happens during teen quarantine.
Something about teen quarantine makes it happen. It's like every time. So if you can realize this and take this to any performance and life, man, when you start getting anxious and something comes that's not expected, to breathe and relax, then you're going to be able to perform better than you've ever performed. And in life, you're going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve, because there's no situation where curveballs aren't going to be thrown your way. It's just going to happen, right? So that's awesome. As far as the piece goes, what I want you to keep working on, because it was so much better, is I want you to work on continuing that emotional change, finding those new beats for this piece. Like, for example, when they're wailing on you, right? Like, they were watching me wail and they were laughing. Like, you're so upset about that. Not only that you were doing it, but they were encouraging you. Like, the whole situation was messed up. And so I want to see that it transition into anger even more. And I saw it subtly. But this is just a simple version of going, all right, I have this idea. I knew you wanted to go angry, right? Get angrier. Push yourself a little more. Where you're at right now, I want you to keep pushing yourself to whatever your idea is. Do it even more than you expected. Do it with full passion. Act with passion. That's our slogan. It's cool. Thank you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. Very good work, dude. I was so proud of you. So proud of the look, like I could feel it. It was awesome. All right, Serenity. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so first things first. I am so proud of you for doing what you did. Now, we weren't live, so would you please share how you got into character before this?
I filmed a vlog on my phone.
Like an actual vlog. Like you got on and said, all right, I'm going to do this.
Mhm.
That's so cool. Was it scary?
No, it was just fun. Like, I actually did, like, the full intro, like, with my fake name, and I was like, hey, welcome back, it's Becca, and it was, like, a 4-minute video of just me rambling and trying to get my shoes back on.
I love it. And here's the deal. It showed in your piece. So remember this. Remember that that's something that would have sounded scary to you just a little while back, maybe even last week. Something that sounds scary to just jump on and do a vlog and pretend and like really make it happen. But not only did it help you with your character, but you had fun. You had fun. And this is supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, we're doing something wrong. And so what was cool was just watching you. My favorite part was the second half. My favorite part was when you really started to move, and then there were in the very beginning. So what we're going to work is a little bit of that in between. And that's just because we get stuck in that one spot. You can actually stay there. You don't have to start moving yet, but we're going to find little ways that you could do things. Like, for example, you pull something out of the purse and you bring it closer to the camera. Like little things like that will show a little variation for us, change it up a little bit. And again, thinking from a cinematographer standpoint, because that's what you are also, the cameraman, in other words, you figure out ways to keep our attention through that. But your character was so spot on. Like, you found her. And so that was so exciting. So the main thing is finding stuff in the middle there. And it's so hard, you gauge people, you get them in, and then you have to keep engaging. And so when you got up, you re-engaged us again. I was like, oh, something's happening. And you got into it. When you got close to the camera, we got into it. So when you watch it back, you'll see those moments. And so it doesn't always have to be movement, but we do have to continue to find ways to change it up and make it different for ourselves. So my final question to you here was, do you feel like you were rushing a little bit at the beginning?
Mm-hmm. At the beginning.
So what was the why behind that? I want to talk about that before we go to the next person.
Like, I'm not even, like, 100% sure why. I just, like, I think I was scared that I was gonna forget the words, so I was rushing to get the words out before I forgot them, and then I was like, wait a minute, I know this. So I just didn't rush anymore.
Cool. Awesome. So with that comes down to just breathing a little bit and acknowledging. If that thought comes in your mind, tell it no. I go, nope, that's not a thing. I'm not gonna let that happen. Let me breathe into that. Let me connect. Because as soon as you start, you kind of warmed into her, but as soon as you got into her, I was like, yeah, this is fun. Okay?
I think it was the second that you picked up the phone or laptop or whatever you're on.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. Good work.
Thank you.
Emma.
Hang on. There we go. Okay.
Wow. Okay, so like last week, I was like, oh man, so much growth. And I was like, she can't do that any better than that. Yeah, you did.
Thank you.
You took the critiques we gave last week. You really applied them. I can tell you changed your space around a little bit to reflect her. You look awesome. Like,
Thank you.
fire. Just, like, seriously. You made choices to look and act a certain way, and you were so very patient. So very patient with this other person and really listening into where they were at. And so my note there is just at the end to kind of like stay in that, and Sam did this, we'll talk about it later, but like until you've been cut, you're totally still in it. So realize that I'm still a part of this piece, and it's still a part of me until the whole thing is done. And that goes for like the beginning part too. But the other thing I wanted to talk about was we had a tech thing right at the beginning too. And you again, it was clear. It was like, okay, let me just zone back in. And you did. Like, did it affect you?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like surprising. Like just when you first said it, and it's just like, okay, just ignore that. Like, it's not like it's my fault. So just like, I can just start over.
Yes. Oh my gosh. What an amazing way to put that. It's not my fault, so let's just go. Like, we blame ourselves. You know, we blame ourselves and go, it's our fault, and so, and how do I get back in state? You just said, nope, let's go. And it is that simple. So for your auditions, for everything you do from here forward, remember this moment. Remember what you did here. And any room, no matter how big the nerves are, no matter what it is you're going out for, you have the power to do what you just did when there was a tech thing and go, all right, cool, let me just start over. And it will happen. I mean, directors will throw things your way. Like, you'll have done things a certain way and felt awesome about it. They'll go, hold on, would you mind trying it like this? And you're going to feel like you just got jolted backwards unexpectedly. But the great actors, you'll see in masterclass, like Joey, the great actors walk into class wanting the critique, wanting to grow. And they go, okay, the second they get a direction, they take it and try to apply it right away. So, awesome. And then I have a teeny bit on notes. Within the notes, I want you to watch back and just continue to feel almost every time there were great emotions throughout this piece. And there were a few moments where I wanted to see her like feel a little more into like the thought life she has going on. So remember that back and forth of, am I doing this for you so that you know how you feel, or you know how I feel, or am I doing it for me to just feel for a second and say out loud my feelings? And I do believe that with some spots, if you could go like, I don't know, because you're thinking for a second that he upsets you for a second, and you might just even like look away or go like grab something or whatever. Like, little things might add to this, but your engagement was so good, and I was so impressed by the progress.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Billy! All right, so way to go. Okay? So, again, same throne thing, right? Your internet just stops. That happens. Like, it's gonna happen. It's part of life. Happens. So you go, all right, cool. I'll just come back in. And so first I'll talk about how did that feel? Did it affect you? Did it throw you?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot.
In the first part, or when you went to go?
Just with everything. I was really stressed when I came back because I didn't know if it was going to cut out again. And I was very nervous for that.
Okay, good. So this goes back to what we said to Emma. You have control over certain things and you don't have control over others, right? So remember this moment. Remember and go, does it help me to get stressed right now? Yes or no? What do you think?
No.
So because it doesn't help, what good does it do? It's just going to bring you down, right? And then you go, all right, what do I know to be true? Do you believe that we're going to hook you up and make sure we figure out a way to make it happen?
Yeah.
Yes. So you cling to that. You cling to that positivity and you go, okay, they're going to hook me up. This is going to happen. It's going to be great. I trust that. And so if you can learn that lesson today and apply it forward, it's going to be huge for you in this and in life, because it's so easy to get stressed. Like, that's what I'm dealing with right now. When something doesn't go right, I get mega stressed. Like, so stressed. And I'm learning, because I'm in the process, to relax, just do what I can, and not worry about the things I don't have control over. And again, when you start to do that, then you'll be able to bring all your work and it won't throw you. Nothing on earth will throw you because you have that level of focus. So then as far as the monologue goes, it was still very connected. Still connected. Is there a reason you were on laptop? Is that why we didn't move?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So as you explore this piece further, again, know this is a new medium. Use your phone, practice it moving, practice blocking. Like, I think that's going to be really good for you because you're so creative. Like, I'm so curious what your blocking for this would be, where you would want to go, when you would want to move, and that's going to teach you how to move in certain ways. And then the piece, remember to keep variation. So emotionally, you hit my heart. I was like, ah, really? Like you did. And that's the core of this piece, so you hit the core of this piece. Growth-wise, we want to go, what other emotions do I need to feel? And how can I help the audience feel that through my thoughts? Okay? Very good. Lily, be proud of yourself. Be proud of yourself. I'm serious. You can't look at it and go like, oh, I didn't do that. Like, all we can do is walk away and go, what did I do? And if you walk away today and go, I learned that when I go into a performance, things are going to go wrong. And I need to learn to keep getting better at releasing tension and trusting. That was worth everything because it will change your whole life. Very good. Proud of you. Mr. Sam. All right, we're going to start yours a little different here. How'd you feel?
I felt good.
Felt
My voice
good?
doesn't feel so great, but
Say that again?
I said my voice doesn't feel so great, but yeah,
But-
I liked it.
But you did it anyway. You did it anyway. And you went full force. Full force into this thing. So my critique actually just starts with the beginning and visualizing that beginning we talked about with Matt, with the salesman who's messing it up, right? And just really seeing that. A lot of people think the performance starts when the first line starts, and this would be a great lesson for you for all your acting and all your self-tapes you do. It actually begins before the piece starts. And the thing I, as a coach or as a casting director, look at is not just the performance of the lines, is that are your eyes, is your body, are you fully engaged when it's not your line? So in this sense, in a monologue sense, that's when I'm not talking. And even when I'm talking, am I really experiencing the other person on the other line? So there's pause moments in this where you can really like feel and show and think and let the panic build and put real thoughts in your mind. Because there were a few moments where I would catch you doing what you knew you needed to do, and just a few, versus like really internalizing it. If I was in this panic situation and I was this kind of guy, how would I think? What thoughts would be going through my mind? And then manifest that through what you did in the second half with all the craziness, which was off the chain spectacular. Like, really, like you're just jumping around in the wee, 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 like all of it has grown so much. So I'm very proud of you for attacking a piece that was so different. And hold on to this, because again, there may be a role that you fit, because you do fit this kind of thing as a character piece, and there will be character pieces like this, and this would be great for that. All right, cool.
So thank you.
You're welcome. We're gonna bring everybody over here. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm proud of you guys. It was really good. So this is our show format. What I'd like to do is I'm going to jump into each person for a second and just work a moment. We're going to work a moment together for growth. We're going to find something in here and hit it really quick and just explore something and do something different today to leave with. It'll be based here on what we went through, and then we'll come back. I want to hear everybody's feedback on what you learned today. And then we'll leave time at the end of class for you guys to congratulate each other, to talk about each other's performances, and just experience and soak in today, because it is an experience. Today is a show. You guys have a live audience watching right now, and you should be very proud of what you did. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We'll go same order. Let's just jump through really quick. We're going to jump to Addie. We're going to do a little piece of each person's and just work moments. And then
you got 3 minutes per person, just so you know.
Yep.
I'll keep you
I
on
see
time.
that. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Is it 7:30, right?
Mm-hmm. Alrighty.
Okay, Addie. So let's go to somewhere in the. Let's go to the skate. Let's go to the skate. Because I picked up a skate and I stabbed somebody with it. Let's go to that line. So take a moment.
You want me to?
Yeah, I want you to say it. I want you to act it out.
Okay, we like act out the stabbing or like.
Just go to the line before it. I'll work out some moments with you.
Okay. What am I doing? Okay. Ooh. In the middle school hockey league, I still hold 2 league records. Most times spent in the penalty box, and I was the only guy who ever take off his skate and stab someone.
Do you think that's cool or not cool?
It's very cool.
Okay, you see how you went? That's very cool. That's what we need. So take off my skate. It's cool. Imagine it as cool. It's not in real life, but here it is. Okay, so go back, and as you're describing it, it was like the coolest thing you did.
And I was the only person that ever tried to take off
Go one line before. Breathe. We're just gonna work that moment. I want you to see that we can have variation in these ways.
Okay. In middle school hockey, I was the only girl to ever take off her skate and try to stab someone.
Good. Okay. Slow down. Excited. This is Addie like for you're making a cool commercial or you're on set or like something like that. Okay. Okay. Here we go. And get in it, and then keep going after that line.
Okay. In middle school hockey, I still hold 2 league records. I spent the most time in the penalty box, and I was the first person to ever take off their skate and try to stab someone.
Okay, next.
Wait, I deleted a lot from then the second lines.
It's okay. So, go ahead.
Like, there's a whole part after that I memorized, but then I deleted it because it didn't really make sense, so I kind of forgot what it was.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Wait, start over or say the next line?
Right from there, wherever you are right there, yeah.
I was put on this earth for one reason and one reason only, to play hockey.
That's passion. It's the biggest thing in the world. This is your dream. Slow it down. I want to feel the passion. You want to be an actress? You love acting, right? So believe it. Believe it. Say, I want to be an actress.
I want to be an actress.
I want to be an actress. Say it again.
I want to be an actress.
Now start that line. Passion. This is his passion. Her passion.
I was put on this earth for one reason and one reason only, to play hockey.
Okay, good. And you can slow down even more, but that's right. So as you're going through, Addie, I want you to see variation. Passion here because I have a love for this. Excitement here because I remember that moment. And if you can find those beats, which you put the pauses in, then you're going to be able to add so much to it. So very good work. Woo! Keep practicing that. All right, Eli. Okay. So let's take it from a little bit before the where you talk about the locker. So my old man. Let's go from where he talks about. I always got the feeling he
was disappointed that.
Yes, let's go there.
And I got the feeling that he was disappointed that I never close on anyone, right?
Keep going.
So I'm sitting in the locker room, taping up my knee, and Larry's sitting a couple lockers down from me. He's kind of skinny, weak. And I started thinking about my father and his attitude on weakness. And the next thing I knew, I jumped on top of him and started wailing on him.
Good. I want you to visualize that. Bring your voice. And I jumped up top of him and I started wailing on him. It's intense. I want you to see it. You're punching a kid over and over and over.
Jumped on top of him and started wailing on him. And my friends, they just laughed and cheered me on.
hear that and attitude even more. Like you can't believe they just like, how can you just laugh at that? How can you do that? Like, what a jerk move.
My friends, they just laughed and cheered me on. And afterwards, when I was sitting in Vernon's office, all I could think about was Larry's father and Larry having to go home and explain what happened to him.
Bill, this is shame. Totally ashamed and big. Give me bigger than you normally would, just for fun.
The humiliation he must have felt. It must have been unreal. I mean, how do you apologize for something like that?
Good. Go back to humiliation even more. Like, build your voice like we're going to go bigger than you ever would just for an exercise. Go.
The humiliation he must have felt. It must have been unreal. I mean, how do you apologize for something like that?
Good. Okay, great. So we brought the voice in there. So now if you add the emotion on top of that even more, and it's like, it's straight up shame. I mean, he's so ashamed of what he did. That's why he says, like, how do you even apologize for something like that? Like, I can't, you know? So those are the moments we want to start seeing, because otherwise, and it was good, Eli. It was good. Your emotion was so true underneath. But that's that. It's like the piano, like that same key over and over. It doesn't matter how amazing it is, we lose you. So we need to watch you experience this. So you might get up and you might get mad at a moment at yourself. Like you could do anything. So my main thing for you right now is I pushed you a little bit. I want you to push yourself. Push yourself to try things. Some of that wouldn't work. Like honestly, you wouldn't go that much with voice without all the emotion behind it. But I just want to try things. So push yourself this week and moving forward to try different beats, explore, and see what comes to you. Cool, man. Good work. All right, Serenity. Okay, let's take it from like a couple lines in. Your choice, like 3 lines in or so. So think about a spot and just come right from there.
This is for women who hate their purses, who are bad at purses, who understand that their purses are reflections of negligent housekeeping, hopeless disorganization, a chronic inability to throw anything away, and an ongoing failure to handle the obligations of a difficult and demanding accessory.
Okay, just for fun, again, this is just throwing stuff out there. Each one of those has to be a different style of voice, and you're making fun of a different woman. Try different things, move a little, like you can start getting just frustrated and then like explore just doing that.
Okay. This is for women who hate their purses, who are bad at purses, who understand that their purses are reflections of negligent housekeeping, hopeless disorganization, a chronic inability to throw anything away, and an ongoing failure to handle the obligations of a difficult and demanding accessory.
Yes. Yes. Oh, could you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Dude, it's huge. So here's what you did there. By just going for it and trying it in a new way, you found beats. You found beats inside of the piece. So every piece, it's like anything. Think about yourself like a detective. Like you're going through and you're investigating this to find all the great beats that are in there. And each word is there for a purpose. So you use the words to your advantage this time. Like really used them. You dragged certain words out and you hit certain words really hard on purpose. And that's the difference. That's a variation with voice and emotion. You brought an emotion this time, but it was variational because every moment you changed the intensity of each word as it suited you. And that's because we found a why there. You know, you're making fun of each person. So realize you have to find the why for each spot in there and then explore. So I want you to do that for the entire piece. Like just keep finding moments and going like, if I hear it back and my voice sounds the same this line than it did before, then I'm doing something wrong and I need to explore how I can change that. Ah, so good. I was like, yes, it's awesome. Okay. Woo, good job.
Thank you.
Okay, Emma. All right, let's start. I want you to start here from the top with yours.
Okay.
Okay.
don't you dare walk away from me. And don't tell me that you're sorry.
Okay, good. Start again. Did you see him?
No.
Okay, see him. See him. Take your time.
Don't you dare walk away from me. And don't tell me that you're sorry. And don't tell me to forget it. And don't you dare tell me to let it go. God knows I'd like to.
Good, let's go back. We're going to go, God knows to let it go. How can you say that line differently and use the words to your advantage? The let it go is like, basically like he's just going to say, this isn't a big deal, all right? Just let it go. Let it go. And he says that all the time to you. Just let it go. It's fine. You probably heard it 100 times. So knowing that now, knowing that's the case, how would you say that? You can go a line or so before it if you need to.
And don't tell me to forget it. And don't you dare tell me to let it go. God knows I'd like to. I wish I could.
Good. So God knows I'd like to. That's to you. Do you feel that? So that's not a him thing. That's not like, God knows I'd like to for you. It'd be great for you. That's a you. You know, like you're thinking to yourself like, gosh, would I love to have fingers back? Yeah, God, I would love that. No, but there's these moments like right there where you go, God, I wish I could. I wish there's something I could do about it. That's for you, you know? And you're sending it to him too, but that's a moment that's an internal for you moment. And so if you go through and just keep digging, because again, Emma was already great, but the really great actors go, that was great. How can I make it better? How can I make it better? So you want to attack this thing and go everywhere in here. Where are moments where I'm just reflecting to myself and he happens to be right there and be a part of this? And when am I directing something in him? And then those reflection moments, you don't have to be looking at camera. Like seriously, I could go like, do I wish things were better? Yeah, I do. And then when I look at you, it means something. Okay, very good. Woo!
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Okay. So, we're going to work on not letting anything get to us. You ready? Connect to her. Connect to this. Zone into it. You've got this tension that happened from earlier. Release it all. Release it all. And right now, we're just going to explore the truth of this piece, the heart of this piece, and do a couple moments together. But I don't want you to start till you feel like you are this character and now know that you have the power as an actor to do that every time. Take your time.
Feelings. Jesus. The truth is, for so long, I'd forgotten what those even were. I've been stuck in one place.
Good. Let's
In
go
a
to the
cave.
truth is for a second. That was amazing already. Did you feel the connection at the beginning?
Yeah.
So, now that we have it, we're going to start playing some beats and exploring together because that's our big thing. But that's it. That's it. It took you all of 10 seconds to get into it. All of 10 seconds. And then boom, you were in it. So remember that. That's all it takes. It takes a few seconds to breathe it in. Boom. And then you're good. So moments. Let's go back. Okay? So she goes, feelings. Jesus. Nailed that. Then she says what? What comes out?
The truth is,
The truth is.
for so long,
Okay. Is it easy to tell someone the truth?
no.
Especially not when you're admitting a vulnerability, which is what she's doing, right? So I
Yeah.
want you to, same thing I told Emma there, like reflect for a moment. Decide, am I going to say this or not? Yes, I am. The truth is, like, so after that, Jesus, like he's thinking on it. She is. So I keep remembering the piece. So you go like, I'm moving and I'm thinking and I go, you know what? Yes, I am. I am going to tell you about this. Okay? Let's start again from the top.
Feelings. Jesus. The truth is, for so long. I'd forgotten what those even were. I've been stuck in one place. In a cave, you might say. A deep, dark cave. And then I left some egos out in the woods, and you came into my life. And for the first time in a long time, I started to feel things again. I started to feel happy. But lately,
Good.
I
Happy.
guess-
Perfect. So happy's now a change of beat. Start to feel happy. Beat change. Thoughts. But thinking. Answer. Which is life, right? So when you watch this back, you're going to see that beginning. For you, it was using your hands a little bit. Did you feel that?
yeah,
It changed the whole thing. Like, and here's the deal. Now that you've done that, that's a move you've used. So you can't stay on that the whole time and keep doing that, just like emotional beats. Physical beats are the same way. So if I'm like doing this, right, and I keep doing it, it'll get distracting eventually. But that helped you to find your thoughts. And I don't know if that's something you do naturally when you think.
yeah.
It showed up, and it made it look like you were really thinking. And now I'm way more sucked into the story because it looks like you're having this happen for the very first time, which is what our goal is. It was awesome. So watch it back, learn from that, and do that for the whole rest of the piece and any piece you have from now on. Okay?
Okay.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Sam. So I want you to connect to that beginning moment. Be in the boardroom for a second. Look around. See it. Think about the thing that matters the most to you, right? We're going to do what's called priming for a second. Before we even begin the room, I'm taking it back. So instead of boardroom, okay, what matters to you more than anything?
Right now, it's sunless brake pads.
Okay? You, Sam. So let's take it outside of brake pads for a second. Take it outside of the monologue. You. If you lost this, you'd be devastated. What?
Because if you don't get the sale, then your
No,
family.
you, Sam. You as a person, Sam. If you lost something, what is the thing in your life that would devastate you, Sam, if you lost it?
Probably anyone in my family.
Okay. So we're going to do, this is actually a Meisner exercise, which is really cool that we came up with. So what you want to do here, it's going to be crazy, okay? If you don't get this sale, then someone in your family is going to die. Like straight up. Like that's how important, and for him, that's what that means. For him, if he doesn't get this, there are hundreds of people in his town that he grew up with, that he went to kindergarten with, that have no job. So I don't want you thinking about that in the piece. You can prime yourself beforehand with something like that. So you're walking in right with the emotion you need. So like before you go in an audition room, you could prime yourself, you know, get yourself in that zone and then do it in character. So prime yourself right now by sort of closing your eyes and imagining and believe this as if scenario. Get yourself in the headspace that this, whatever you're about to do, means everything to you. Okay? Take your time for a second. You have to believe it. And then once you're there, start when you're ready.
Okay. What my associate is trying to say is that our brake pads are really cool. You're not gonna believe it. Like
Good. Better already. Okay? Go even deeper. Even deeper. It's on you, man. It's on you. Now, look at the room. I see you feeling it now. So now look at the room. Look at the room. Hear him botching it. Hear him botching it. He's sucking so bad. And you're relying on him, and he's failing. He's failing, so you don't know what to say. You didn't prepare anything, but you know what happens if you don't. Grab the imaginary camera.
okay. what my associate is trying to say is that our brake pads are really cool. I mean,
Good. So, that beginning first line, yes. And then you'll see this on your playback. Then you went into one of your, moments. So you look at it. Don't go to the next one until you have the next feeling. Because that was it, man. That was it. I totally believed you completely. So now you hold that. So he says the first line. Say the first line for me.
What my associate is trying to say
is he doesn't know. Which is why he does such a terrible thing. So if you automatically go to laughing and doing this thing, like, because you planned it, it's not real. If you actually go like, what the heck am I going to say? I don't know what to say, but I know if this guy does it, I know that my stuff is going to get ruined.
Yeah.
That's how we go moment to moment. And dude, if you can click into that, if you can let that sink in, it's going to change your entire acting career. It's going to change everything. To realize that any moment that was planned is not real. Any moment. So you should feel. And the next line only comes from your feeling. Good job, man. Woo!
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Thank you. You're good. All right, we got everybody back over. Let's do a quick unmute of everybody.
Alrighty. All participants have been unmuted.
All right, everybody, give yourselves a round of applause. Give your teammates a round of applause. So we'll just go down the line really quick. We just started with Sam, so I'll just go right from there since it's right there fresh, and then go around. What did we take out of today, Sam?
That you can't, like, if you've planned something, you can't just keep doing that over and over again. It has to be real. It's like you can plan it, but you have to have it, like, it has to be real. It can't just come from your memory. It has to come from your emotions as well.
Yes. So how are you going to do that?
I guess I could practice it more. Just like with other things I've already like memorized before, I could try and say it new or fresh, you know?
Yes, and be disciplined on yourself, for yourself. So it's like, if it's not, you know. Like, you know, because you're not feeling it. And if that's ever the case, you stop. And you go, all right, why? All right, let me find out why and let me fix it. And that will change everything for you. That's so awesome. Cool, man. Emma.
Just like there's always room to improve, and even like if your monologue is like really good, you can still work on it, like no matter what.
Absolutely. It's awesome. Take that, put that for everything, Emma. Everything in life. Because if you keep that attitude, seriously, you're going to grow so much faster, and you're going to just go light years ahead of others. So keep rocking it. So proud of the work you did, like literally every week, better and better and better. So
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. Let's jump over to Eli. Go ahead.
What I learned today was like, you gotta, hold on, give me a second.
Take a moment. Do a lot at ya.
You gotta be prepared going into it, like going into your monologue, like not reading it, but like acting it out. And you gotta have the prime emotion. Like, you gotta be set and prepared.
That's right, man. Absolutely. And again, going into like your stuff, like, I'm just really proud of your growth. You're in the early stages of this, and you're just working at getting better every week, and I can tell you it has. And so walking away from today, you need to get excited about that. Like, you look like a different kid because you're not wearing the same thing. Like, that thought, like, the way you did that, or the way you placed it and lit it, like, changed everything. So remember that. That's so awesome. I'm so glad you took that lesson away. Cool. Serenity.
Well, I learned that it was like a good idea for me to do the vlog beforehand because it like got me in like character and in the mode for it. So it was easier to like do my monologue more naturally instead of like pretending to be someone I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that makes sense.
It totally
It made
makes
sense
sense.
to me.
Yeah. It puts you into character. It makes you not Serenity. And so when we do that, that's that whole idea. Like, this piece isn't a piece to them. It's their life. And so if you can get yourself really sucked into who they are and understand them, then you just step up and you feel. You feel, and then you speak on those feelings. And so that's really cool for you. And the other thing I want you to remember and take away was that little lesson in the beats. Literally, when you did that, it changed the entire thing. You have to watch it back. You have to see that, because it was night and day how you used the writer's language to get the point across. And that's the whole thing. Every writer pours into this script. They spend so much time on the words so that you can use them as notes. And you did. So, cool. Lily, go ahead.
I just need to make sure that it's like, beats. That's, yeah. And really making sure that it feels genuine and like it's happening for the first time.
What about you as a person outside of acting? We talked about a break. Go ahead.
I shouldn't focus on what I can't control.
That's right.
I should just let it go.
That's right. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's a process. But I promise you, if you just fight for it each day and keep getting better at it, it's like any muscle. It will eventually get weaker. And your joy, your love will become stronger. And you will be able to do so much more. So, very good work. Okay, Addie.
How like just a few minutes of like practice can like make a big difference, because I only practiced a few minutes for just a few days, but like you said, it made a big difference, and I felt it did a big difference.
It did. So I'm going to throw a gauntlet challenge at you again here, Addie, okay? You're too good to not spend like more time on this. You have to. You have to. Because if you can pull that off with a short amount of time, I cannot wait to see what you'll do when you give full dedication hours to it. When you spend a half hour a day on it or whatever, like, it will change you, because you have a very natural energy to you, because you're willing to just do stuff, which is one of the biggest challenges as an actor, is being willing to just try things and go for things. And you don't have that fear. So you have to do the work, because I want to see all of that great creativity come to life. And right now, it's like, I'm walking by here and just getting by, and you're capable of so much, so much. It was clear today, by just the short amount of time you worked, that it was like way better. So keep doing that, Addie, because you've got a huge performer that's just waiting to get out and show the world different pieces and change lives. See? She's already doing it. All right, guys. Awesome.
I just wanted to hop on really quick, and I swiped myself in before Brian could say something. But you guys, today was so great. I'm behind the scenes a lot of the time. I watch all the videos. I sort of get things up and running. But I really do, like, I enjoy watching these. I pay attention, and I've seen the growth. Like, even from just last week to this week, you guys really put in the work. And it's really hard to do that right now for everybody. And you guys made the dedication to your craft. You did that yourselves. You made the choice. You stayed in class. You worked your piece. You got better every week, taking the little critiques and just focusing on the little things. And even today, like, it was amazing just watching you guys take something that Brian gave you, and it transformed the piece right away, you know? And that takes a very disciplined actor to be able to take the direction right away and just revert it. And you guys are just like, I can't express enough how amazing these performances were today, how much fun it was to watch, and I'm excited to see what next month's got for us. But I just wanted to tell you guys, like, literally, honestly, I'm just so impressed with you guys. I'm really, really blessed to be able to watch these performances and see your growth and be be a part of that journey because it's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joey.
Of course.
I was waiting for them to just hit. Yeah.
Just slowly trickle in.
So, very good work, guys. Very good. So my challenge to everybody is to not just leave these here. Not just go, all right, cool, that was great. That was a really fun class, and those monologues were awesome. And then months down the road, if I'm like, hey, do you have a monologue? And you're like, like, work on it. Keep working on it. Keep picking up other ones. But I have a monologue that literally was from when I was like 15, and I still haven't memorized because I like kept working on it at different points just for fun. And when you do that, you set yourself up for success to keep growing. And if somebody wants to see you do a piece, you're ready for it. You want to always be ready as an actor. So again, guys, just very proud of you. Thank you to everybody who was watching and who just got to see these performances. Make sure to send a lot of love to these performers and just tell them how awesome they did. You can do that in the chat here and obviously reach out to them as well. It was just such a great showcase, and we're very grateful. So for you guys, what we're going to do now is I wanted to give a little time here at the end before class ends, so this is still a part of class here in the last few minutes, to just congratulate each other. Talk about the pieces, talk about what you saw and how cool it is and the growth. And so I wanted to give you guys a little time to do that before we cut you out here and set up for the next class. So thank you guys again. We are so incredibly proud of you guys. Great work. And thank you. We're looking forward to script next month. It's going to be awesome. We've got a special script surprise we'll be revealing later this week, but it's going to be really cool, and we're just very proud of all of you. So thank you.
And for our live audience at this time, this is the end. So just letting you know, thank you again for being on, and make sure you thank these guys because they've done so great.
Absolutely.